Yes, sir. What's up, boys? We back with another video. In this video, we're talking about Kawhi Leonard doing some recruiting. Not much known for his recruiting, but Kawhi Leonard apparently been doing some recruiting. Who's he been recruiting? None other than Chris Paul, the former Clipper himself. So maybe Chris Paul could be heading back to the Clippers, boys. We're going to get into it. So make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment. I drop new NBA videos every week. Let's get into it. So Kawhi Leonard has been recruiting Chris Paul. According to sources, he reached out to Chris Paul and said, yo, come join me, bro. Or whatever the fuck, how he laughs. What it do, baby? Come join me, baby. That's what he said. So Chris Paul could be going to the Clippers. Yesterday, I dropped a video about Russell Westbrook trade rumors to the Clippers. A lot of guys have been telling me in the comments, yo, that's not a good trade. Russ is not a good playmaker, all this shit. The points I was making, I was saying that Russ would be a good fit for the team because of his playmaking ability. But shout out to my boy Kato. He put me on. He's like, bro, we'd be much better off with a guy like Rondo or CP3, a true playmaker. And I couldn't agree with this guy more. I couldn't agree with him more, bro. Russell Westbrook, he's a downhill type of guy. He's an ISO player. He's not really much of a playmaker. Yes, he gets 10 assists, but he needs to be in a system where he's the floor general. He runs everything through him, and guys play around him. When you already have two ISO players in fucking Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, you need a true playmaker. Enter Rondo and Chris Paul. Chris Paul or Rondo would be great options for the fucking Clippers. And to hear that Kawhi Leonard is recruiting Chris Paul makes all the sense in the world. Chris Paul gives them exactly what they need, a guy that can play make, take the load off Kawhi Leonard and Paul George on offense and all that shit. But me personally, I like Rondo better than Chris Paul. Why do I like Rondo better than Chris Paul? Because the Clippers won't have to give up as much and they'll have more cap flexibility to add other pieces and fill other areas where they're weak. If you trade for Chris Paul, you're going to have to give up an arm and a leg and you're not getting much back in return. Well, you're getting an all-star in Chris Paul, but I think the Clippers would be better off getting Rondo, a guy who's only going to cost them like $5 million per or less, and then using the rest of that money on other pieces, other role players. Because they just need a guy that can play make. They don't need a guy that does everything that Chris Paul does. They don't need a finisher. Chris Paul is a finisher. He can close games out. We saw him in the Thunder closing out games. Had one of the highest clutch percentages in the league last year. Clippers don't need that. They just need a playmaker. Kawhi's a finisher. He'll finish the game out for you. Paul George is a shot maker. He'll hit shots for you. They just need the playmaker. So I think Rondo would be a good fit. But with Chris Paul, I think he would be a good fit as well. If they want to go after Chris Paul, one of the trades they could send over I saw online was Patrick Beverley, Lou Will, Rodney McGruder, Terrence Mann, and Jermichael Green for Chris Paul. Me, personally, I'm fine with that trade. It is giving up a lot of pieces, but honestly, all of those pieces are expendable. You could replace them in free agency. You're not really going to miss Pat Beverley or Lou Williams that much when you have fucking Chris Paul coming back. So guys, let me know how you feel about Chris Paul going to the Clippers. Comment down below, like the video, subscribe to the channel. New videos every week. All right, peace, boys. Remember, live stream on the 18th.